One way we supported our child during her transition to Cornell was to make it clear to her that everybody who goes to Cornell is the same as you. Everybody's smart, everybody works hard, and everybody wants to achieve. So don't forget that. And the most important thing is just do your best and get as much out of the experience as you possibly can.
We sent her care packages every month. So just little things. One month we sent assorted teas, the next month we sent a snack box. So she was always really thrilled to receive packages from home. Also, I called her on a regular basis. Now that was a little tricky because initially I was calling her every day and she almost had a heart attack. She said, enough, I'm in college. Then I cut back to once a week. And then I heard, well, you don't call me anymore. So we settled at a happy medium of every few days. I gave her a call just briefly, just to check in on her, which was really great.
We made sure we followed the list that was provided by the university for supplies for the dorm, classes, and we went over the rules and guidelines together. We let her know we were a phone call away to listen, but that she needed to work through any issues, conflicts, in a logical manner, and to utilize the RA in the dorm.
The key to remember, I think, about sending your kids off to college is that they're ready for college. We think of them as, the little 2 and 3-year-olds that we've raised, but they really are ready. They got themselves there and they'll be fine. It is a transition and it does take some time, but they'll be fine.
They're young people growing up, learning how to be independent and be on their own. I found that being supportive, being there on the telephone, and cheering them on was one of the best ways that I could be a good parent and help in the transition.
Just remember that your child is creative, resilient, and can persevere. These are the same qualities that actually helped your child to get into Cornell in the first place. And they will serve your child really well as they navigate the school's academic and social resources.
The key thing to remember as our daughter transitioned into Cornell was that this was her journey and not ours, and that we need to let her figure out things on her own and go through the process of figuring out things on her own.
Which I think as parents is very tough, right? We want to solve all of our children's problems. We want to make things easy for them, but some of the issues that they have to struggle with in the transition to college are important. Those are important struggles, and it will help them grow and mature. So it was hard as parents to step back and see our daughter struggle, but at the same time it was important and ultimately rewarding.
One thing that was hard about that transition to Cornell for our daughter is that she was coming from a small urban school and going to Cornell, which is obviously a large university in a rural setting. That was a hard transition. Also, she was away from home for an extended period of time for the very first time. So she had to find her way, and it did take a while. She had to learn how to advocate for herself. She had to learn how to take advantage of everything Cornell had to offer. She had to be the one to make it all happen and to make a life for herself at Cornell, and we're really proud that she was able to do that.
And one thing that was hard for us was just the fact that we were not together. Obviously, you're used to being together as a family, and then all of a sudden that's changed. And so what we said to our daughter was that we had to stay connected. And our advice on that is to make the interactions frequent but short. If they're too long, then your child may not have as much time or may not be interested in doing that. So we just said, let's connect frequently, and it doesn't have to be lengthy. And we kind of joked around and said, if we don't hear from you, we're going to call your friends and get them to connect with us. So that was a pretty good incentive for her.
I had to force myself to recognize that I needed to give him his personal space so that he could grow and acclimate to the new environment on his own. On the other hand, this was also a difficult choice for me and my husband since we had grown so used to seeing him every day since he was a little boy.
One area that was hard for my daughter when she was transitioning to Cornell was time management. So she came from an environment from high school where the teachers tell you what to do. They basically plan out your studying. And she went to Cornell where that's all up to you now. So time management skills are critical to surviving at any Ivy League institution. So that was one of the things that she had to work on, and she had to kind of find her way. She tried different things, tried different planners, planning methods, and probably halfway through the semester, she got it down pat.
One of the great things about this transition to college was watching your child really become an adult. It's the first time they're going to be living on their own in most circumstances, and having responsibility to make sure they go to classes, get their homework done, eat well, and meet new friends and be responsible and living on their own. I think all those things really help them to grow and become self-sufficient is really important. I think what was great was hearing our daughter talk about her accomplishments, the friends she met, the ups and downs. There will be some downs as well, but how are you there to support and say, how do you learn from things?
I think as parents, one of the great things for us was, even though this is her journey and we let her do everything very independently, we got to separately really enjoy a lot of the things that Cornell can offer for parents. So while Julia was off doing her things during various times we've been at Cornell, or even during the COVID-19 situation, via Zooms or webcasts, we've been able to really enjoy a lot of what Cornell can offer to parents. So it's really fun to be Cornell parents, and there's a lot of things parents can get involved in that is separate from their child's experience at Cornell.
Wish everybody good luck, and remember, we were all young once too, and I think you just got to let them live, learn, and enjoy their time at a great university.
Welcome to the Cornell family.